Hello, everybody, and welcome back for our post-game halftime show here after our first game of the day. A really interesting match between EG and Dignitas Academy shaping up right now based on how the draft went out and the game played out. Interesting is the way that I put that one, because
that's the PR word right there.
That's the PR word. That's the official team statement on that one. Cubby, EGA just could not get off the ground with this composition.
I feel like we needed to give more credit to XU and his ability to break the game planning that EG had in that one. We were talking going into this game, right? It's about getting Surdy ahead. If that Jace is ahead, you can poke out the Rihanna Felios. It's really tough for Dignitas to set up around objectives. When XU gets the kill on Surdy top, and then Surdy dies mid to Darkwings, that game's over. We saw EG trying to save it. We saw Nautilus and Hecarim from EG dying under Dignitas's tier 2 turret 14 minutes in. It looks that bad because, in a sense, EG were trying to save the game and just could not pull it off. And so I think Dignitas, their ability to read the plan of EG, counter it, really good stuff from them. And we're going to have to see if EG can make some adaptations in game 2, because that game did not go their way.
Yeah, of course, that game was a little rough for EG. Dignitas feeling fantastic about that with an incredible scoreline at the end of it. But we, of course, are still in halftime. We have another game coming up after this. So while we're waiting for that game to get going, we're going to bring it to a fun game show yet again here on Stream B. So this time around, we're bringing it back to one that I hopefully can actually run properly this time. We're running Tic-Tac Trivia.
No letters
so roll
are
the
involved.
music, everybody. Roll the music production. Tic-Tac Trivia is the game where we play tic-tac-toe. My two casters are against each other. Whoever's able to get a line first will win. But it's not as simple as just placing down a tick or attack. You have to answer a trivia question about one of the players that we just saw in that last game. So we're going to get to know the teams, get to know the players a little bit on and off the rift. So I'm up on the screen right now. Let's take a look at the board here. And again, my goal for this time is to not mess up once, because it is much harder than I thought to try and operate OBS while also hosting a game show. Now, Cubby, I believe that your colorcasters are a little behind in the game shows right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you go first. You can lock in anyone you want.
I'm not thrilled about it, but we're gonna try and save things here. And I'm gonna take an interesting strategy of going for the player in the middle. That will be Tomio.
Oh, yeah. Very interesting strategy.
Yeah, very
we
different.
keep using interesting, and we're overusing it to the point.
Is it a crutch word, Rafa?
Yes.
We're going to write that? Okay, we'll write it down.
Yeah, write that in the crutch word phrase. Also, write down your condolences to Cubby's family, because he's about to get ruined here. Cubby, I even prepped you a little bit ahead of time.
Oh, no. This is the anime one?
For Tomio, from Evil Geniuses, what is Tomio's favorite K-pop group?
So, going into the day, Kangas asked me if I know K-pop, which I do not. And so,
And
I'm just going to guess
be the middle one in the
BTS,
graph.
and we'll see if I win.
Okay, you're going to guess BTS. Survey says... Wait, now I got to remember which one is the yes and which one is the no. One second. No, Cubby, it is not BTS. Rafa, do you happen to know what Tomio's
that's the only
favorite
K-pop group I know.
is?
I'm going to say... I think he's a Twice fan. I'm going to say Twice.
Okay, so since Cubby got to go first, he is Circles. Rafa is going to be O's. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 5.
Circles and O's.
And
wait, what?
Full
You
screen it.
You mean
Let's
X?
see. Right, X's and O's. Well, regardless, Rafa's the X. Here we go. Congratulations, Rafa. Hey, at least I got it correct on the actual graphic this time around. So Rafa was able to steal that one. Now, Rafa, it's your turn.
Good start, me.
Yeah, hey, Cubby, I gave you a warning for it, man. I don't know how else I could have made it more clear. But Rafa, you're up next.
Let's go XU.
You're going to go for XU. Okay,
Yeah.
I like it. You're going to try and make a line from bottom to top.
Yep.
Now, XU. Let's bring it back to all of us. That way we can see Rafa's face as I'm asking this question. In high school, XU competed in the World Championships for which popular trading card game?
Pokemon trading card game,
Did
baby.
he really?
And survey says Absolutely.
Wow, I
Absolutely.
did not know
it's the
that.
Pokemon trading
Yeah.
card game.
That's
this
cool.
was also a little unfair because I think that Rafa was on the resume review where we all learned that together. But let's pull it up on the screen. Here we go, Rafa. Congratulations. You do now have 2 points over Cubby. So, Cubby, I think I already know which one you're going to go for here, but trying to get your first mark on the board.
Give
What are you
me
shooting?
Dark Wings. Dark Times over here in the Colorcaster camp.
All right. So for Dark Wings, then, I hope you can get this one. This one's not too hard. What popular video game console was released the year that Dark Wings was born? All you got to know is his age, man.
Well, he's in. Okay, so he had 2 years of college,
Okay.
and so I'm
can
gonna
see
go
the
with
mental
go with
math.
the PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah, because that probably
All
would have been
right.
like early 2000s. Oh God, am I gonna get 3-0'd by
Let's
Mark?
take a look. Let's take a look. Is it, in fact, the PlayStation 2? Congratulations, Cubby. That's the correct answer.
Oh, shit.
Thank goodness.
Absolutely.
Thank goodness. I needed that one. We were down horrendous over here.
I was about to say GameCube. I thought he was born in 2001.
I mean, I'm still down horrendous. I can't win the game, but
Well,
you know,
Well,
I need a
hey,
steal.
it's possible. It's possible.
need a
when
steal.
Rafa,
PlayStation 2 come out? What?
2001.
Rafa, looking at this, though, you can't win this round, but you can still get a chance to get some points. Who are you going to go for?
God, what? Surdy.
You want to go for Surdy? All right. Surdy on the board right now. This is Rafa's choice. And this is also the bonus question, Rafa. So you could actually win right here because there'll be an initial question and then a bonus question afterwards. If you get the bonus
What
one
the
right, you get to
hell?
go again. So Surdy ended his first ever ranked season #1 on the ladder. He's the first player to ever do this. The first season he played ranked, he ended #1. Which season did he accomplish this
Oh,
feat?
okay.
Oh, damn it. This is the one that Cubby knows.
Ooh. How long has he been playing ranked, man?
I
That's what
actually,
I gotta
don't know if I know this or not. The year.
Season 9?
You're gonna guess season 9. All right, season 9. That's not correct. Nope, it is not season 9. So, Cub, you have a chance to steal this point. Which season did he
Season 8.
achieve rank 1?
And the bonus question is going to be which ladder, which would be the Oceanic ladder.
No, the bonus was gonna be which season did he first start playing in League of Legends?
Oh. Season 8.
Season 8? All right, let's take a look. As we pull up the board, Cubby, hoping for another point, and absolutely, you got it correct.
No,
But
I was 1
you
year
are
off.
You are incorrect.
I'm incorrect on the starting
incorrect
year,
on
yeah.
the season starting.
Yeah.
He started playing in season 6, but he only played Norms and ARAMs and such. He
Oh
started
my
his
God,
ranked
he's actually
grind
Faker.
on the Oceanic server. Yeah, I mean 2 years, and then he gets #1 on his
Faker
challenger
only played
ladder.
normals until he couldn't find games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fun
Interesting.
fact about Faker.
I wasn't even aware of that one.
All right, Mark, what do you got for Saligo?
Yeah, Saligo.
You got to go for Saligo, man.
I have to.
All right. So this is the question for you, Mark. Before joining amateur orgs such as Supernova and Polar Ace, Saligo had a 2-year tenure for his home state collegiate team.
Arizona State University.
Which collegiate, which college did Saligo play for before going pro? You're saying, wait, what?
Arizona State University.
Arizona State
Not
University.
the only person from ASU in the league.
Yeah, breezy.
That's actually not correct
What?
for his collegiate tenure for Soligo, according to the information that I have.
I need some
So,
inspiration here.
Cubby, you have a chance to steal. What college did Soligo play for before going pro?
University of California, Irvine.
Guys, come on.
Oh,
Come on.
wait. Is it
That's
Colorado
incorrect also.
University? Boulder? CU Boulder?
There you go.
It was
You got
Boulder.
it, but it's too late. It's too late, Rob,
is
but
too
you don't
late.
get points for that one.
It is
you don't
late.
get points for that one, but that was the correct answer.
No!
Yes.
Oh.
Home state. I was hoping home state would give it away.
All right, so we're
All
just
right,
off the board now. Interesting.
It's back to Cubby. It's back to Cubby now.
Can we replace Saligo's face with JJ? And then can I guess the trivia for
No,
JJ?
that's not how the game works, unfortunately.
Why is JJ
But,
off?
This might be the last question, depending on how
right,
long
give
it
me some.
takes. And whoever has the most wins it. So, final question, real quick here.
Give me
Spawn
Spawn.
had an impressive top 8 run at SGC 2019 with the Hypernova roster, which was the B team for Supernova. He made this run with which current opponent on the Rift today?
He did it with spawn opponent. It's got to be Saligo.
Saligo? And
No,
Rob, you got a quick answer as we're ready for pick and ban.
Is it SkyTech?
I was wallowing in pain. I didn't hear the question.
Which
Hypernova.
current opponent has Spawn made a run at SGC 2019 with?
That was the year before I started covering this. It wasn't Tomio. He wasn't playing yet.
No.
It was Surdy. It was not Tomio.
Wow,
it
it
was
was
Surdy.
Surdy.
And with that said,
Okay.
we are ready for pick and ban. So I don't want to delay any longer. I'm going to pass it back to the two of you and get us going. A tie game, though. Not too bad, guys.
You know, I was put in the hole early by Kangas, so I'm glad I could bring things back.
I'm so upset. I knew.
Yeah,
the
I
Saligo
Boulder is
question.
one that I recognized as well. Once it was said, I was disappointed with that.
Man, because the thing is that we have a lot of people in Twitch chat or that are from the collegiate scene that are here to like support some of their former college mates.
Yes, SkyTech was collegiate player. Like even in this game, obviously Darkwings. Yeah.
Breezy from ASU as well. I know there's a lot of ASU boys that like support Breezy whenever he plays, and I was like, oh, Saligo, where was?
Rob is like, I got this, man, and that it just like the win out of the sails.
Dude, I'm
Bummer.
I'm down horrendous now. It's absolutely tragic, but it's okay. Because this next game is going to save my mental because I got to see more exciting gameplay from both of these teams. The story for Evil Geniuses, they got to bounce back. Cubby, you said it before, they've been so far a 1-1 team, famous for ties. I mean, they definitely want to win, but for Dignitas, they want to close the series out. They want to sweep them under the rug.
That's the switch I thought we were going to see from EG, ditching that first pick Rise, as it's going to be a totally different draft now from each of these teams. It is Aphelios locked in for Cowrie in the bot lane. And this is actually going to prompt something different out of spawn. That Tom Kench being locked in immediately, that's curious to me because I'm wondering if that means that Spawn's going to bust out a Varus, which he's yet to play this split. Could be.
Why specifically with Tom Kench? This is just because, like, Varus would not...
I think that we see Tom Kench, it's somewhat of a deny away from SkyTech, as SkyTech has been preferring the Tom Kench and is actually yet to play Thresh. So this will be his first Thresh game. And I think that, you know, I see a Tom Kench, I think of an immobile marksman. I'm assuming we're going to have a Varus. I also want to see if Tomio now maybe takes something like a Jarvan. Because Jarvan's something that, it's not the best against Tom Kench, but you can attack Rise with it. We could also see the early Orianna taken here by Saligo if he wants that opposite side of the counter. Saligo, very good Orianna player himself. Will not be the case. Looks like we're going to, might be going late on the side of EG, as that's going to be a Corki.
So I'm already suspecting that Evil Geniuses want to set up for a team fighting composition that you can actually play towards in the late game and is not reliant on one of these lanes to go, you know, it's a snowball incredibly out of control. Now, what I'm trying to determine is if Surdy is going to be on frontline duty for this composition this time around, or if he's still going to be entrusted with a split pusher.
So I think that I'm going to be curious to see what happens with Gragas. It's something that Surdy willing to play as a tank, and something that I think pairs really well with Aphelios and Corki. Can also attack Rise Varus with it. And I like Gragas against Tom Kench because it makes it more difficult for Tom Kench to eat someone. If they eat someone and you land that Gragas combo, you knock two people into your team, get that high value on the cask that Surdy might be looking for. But on the flip side, we do have junglers that have yet to be taken. I know that we talked a lot about Tomio versus XU. I thought XU did a very good job of making sure that Dignitas, they were able to break the plans of EG. I did not give XU enough credit for that. It was a really good play from him on the top side. Pretty much won them the game, especially after Darkwings got the solo kill mid on the Surdy. So I'm curious to see what they take for XU. I'm expecting that they take jungle on 4, but if there was any team in the league that was gonna maybe save a counter pick for XU, could be Dignitas.
Remember here, if Dignitas want to match so far the team fight power that Evil Geniuses has with this two-man core backline in Aphelios and Corki, right now, Varus and Rise don't necessarily match it to the extremes,
Ooh.
right? Now, more than likely with Varus, we have seen full lethality builds, looking for poke and looking for siege. That tends to fall off the later the game goes on compared to a normal crit marksman. So XU either has the choice of saying, I need to be a frontline alongside Tom Kench and protect this backline.
Hecarim, yeah.
Hecarim will give you engage tools, but
yeah,
also has the
Hecarim's
ability
good.
to put out some damage as well.
Yeah, I like the Hecarim just because you can get on that back line, and if Corki doesn't have package, this puts a lot of pressure on the two marksmen that EG have. EG also showing that poke identity. Now have to figure out ways to deal with that Hecarim. Could see... I still think Gragas is the best blind for Surdy. With Jace taken off the table and that Malphite ban, that's the one that's really throwing me for a loop, because I don't know what they would want to blind top that they're getting rid of Malphite for. As...
Maybe a Tryndamere or like a Graves.
Could be, but I don't know. We can't talk about the Volibear, as this is some ganking presence for EG, kind of a bridge to make sure that they're scaling pieces they already have can get off the ground. And one of the picks that Tomio has played very well in this season too, as this will be his third game on the Volibear. But this Malphite ban is the one that's throwing me for a loop, because I don't know what EG are protecting the top side for Surdy. And it will just be the Renekton locked in by EG, so I think this sets up for a potential Gragas for Eclipse himself.
And he's played
just
it
take
too.
the handshake. Yeah, it could be all right.
Now, the Alawi would be spicy as hell. Unfortunately, there's two backline marksmen that you're never going to reach as Alawi. It would only be really useful into Renekton and Volibear. Wow.
Okay.
So, Dignitas changing up some things. Eclipse was on frontline duty and engage tools last time. This time around, taking the Graves to survive this Renekton lane matchup. But if he does, this is something that will win the split push war.
I mean, you're going to build Hull Breakers, so it feels like you're still a tank if you're on your own. You know, you just get everything that you want out of the item. So we'll see if Eclipse rushes that. That's what I'm expecting. I think now that EG are showing the Bash Brothers top side, they're more comfortable with Graves, given the fact that it'll have things to hit in this mid game. For EG, if they go late, things are good. They have this Corki with the package. He scales astronomically. Aphelios has protection in the late game as well. You have stuns from Volibear, Renekton, some peel with Thresh. I'm worried, though, if Dignitas are able to get unlocked, Rise gets pushed in this lane. And if they are able to go attack these sides, if Spawn goes Lethality Varus, if they are able to break the timers that Renekton can beat the Graves, which is pretty much post 6 until about level 9, 10, it could be tough for EG to find the windows. So I think it's another game where I'm really curious to see how the junglers work. Is Tomio going to be able to sneak in and not have his game plan broken by XU this game? I think that was really the story, the tail of the tape in game 1, and want to see what happens in this game too.
The fact that Tomio had a choice basically between either Volibear or the Udyr, as Tomio has shown be able to play both historically in the past. Leading towards the Volibear gives you slightly earlier windows of agency to get a gank off. You can actually make a proactive early level 3 dive with the Renekton against someone like the Graves, who doesn't have many tools to really dodge out on that. You're relying on a smoke screen to slow down the dive itself. Outside of that, if Eclipse doesn't use his flash well, then this is a really dangerous setup for Tomio and Surdy to just really undermine the top side of the map.
So all eyes on Tomio early. In this matchup, Volibear Hecarim, Volibear level 3 early game is a terror, and he can get up in the face of XU if he wants. But I think the first 2 clears really important for Tomio, really important for EG that they get something done, or else this jungle matchup, as time goes on, Hecarim just gets a bigger and bigger advantage. And it's something that's kind of counter to what we set up for Tomio. I think that a lot of his good play last week was set up around the fact that he was full clearing on junglers. He was able to get some resources, get off the ground in those first couple of clears. And then from there, we've seen what Tomio can do with his mechanics. So this is a different game for him. I know that we've seen good performances from his Volibear, not only this season, but also historically as well. But this puts a bigger emphasis on what he does for this first couple of clears. And I want to see if Tomio can make that impact that EG needs from him in this game.
The way that XU is pathing right now, he is going full clear on the top side of the map will end up on the bottom side around the 2-minute 30-second mark, maybe sooner if he is able to kite these camps out well. Tomio doesn't really look like he's going for a 3-camp clear. Looks like he's investing also for a full camp, so we're not going to be seeing the level 3 dive crash potential from Renekton and Volibear onto Graves.
Good part about Volibear is that he does clear rather quickly. So I think the game plan is still going to be to try and get on Eclipse, but it might just be a delayed timer. But I think that's EG's best path to victory. We'll see if they agree. Meanwhile, bot side, Spawn, I'm expecting the lethality setup from him. We're starting to see more of this. More Varus, I should say. Prismal, responsible for bringing it to the Academy meta. Good to see some other ADs pick it up, as Varus Kench actually a very strong 2v2. Really tough to deal with. A lot of high base damage in the lane phase and a lot of protection as this game goes on as well. So we'll see if Dignitas can make good use out of this bot lane prio. Already seeing it in the CS numbers, and we'll have to see if we see it in the gameplay as this game continues.
Oh, Eclipse actually wants to go for the all-in. Flash is exchanged between both top laners. Now, the fact that Tomio is ending up on this side of the map gives Evil Geniuses a huge advantage.
And Tomio is spotted by the late trinket drop by Eclipse level 1, so this will provide Eclipse some value. He knows that he has his jungler on the opposite side of the map and Tomio on this side. It appears that Tomio is still going to try and sneak in that full clear. After he takes the top crab, though, want to see if he goes and attacks Eclipse. And if Eclipse feels enough pressure to potentially back off and TP before that moment.
Now, notice that Darkwings is getting priority in this mid wave. Curious if Darkwings will use it to hover the top side of the map, but just getting a recall in so he can TP back to lane.
Yeah, and look at the top side right now. As you can see, Eclipse doesn't know where Tomio's at, and Eclipse just playing so far behind. Surdy knows that because of how volatile Eclipse played this lane, and because his jungler was pathing away from him, Surdy's zoning Eclipse off of a lot of gold and experience at the moment. So has netted EG and Surdy that early lead in the top side, something that they need this game. It could very much use some play lane to play off of, something that they failed to do in the last game.
Here in the Academy Spring season, we have come to really respect one Renekton player out of most others consistently, and that's Dokla. And Surdy has the advantage to set himself up something akin to Dokla's historical Renekton gameplay, but it's a gank towards the bottom side. Tomio surprising Dignitas, catching them off guard, and Dignitas answer back on the top side of the map as well.
Okay, so both side laners did not respect that when junglers full clear and reset, this is the time where they can be there. I do want to credit Cowrie and EG for something really clever. Cowrie popped his red gun on the gun swap. So that means that it applies the purple gun. You can get the root off, and that's how they were able to get a really easy gank off on the spawn. Didn't even blow flash, didn't have the chance to do it. Didn't see exactly what happened on the top side, but a trade of kills for each side lane. And for me, it feels like EG, it's okay for them, for this Renekton to fall behind. It's not the best case scenario, but I think the fact they're breaking the Varus lane and at least helping Aphelios get off the ground, Aphelios is going to be that big late game carry that EG has and needs. So I think that getting Cowrie ahead, we've seen what Cowrie can do with some of these leads. I want to see if Cowrie can make it happen on the Aphelios, because as good as Cowrie has been, his Aphelios is 1-5 so far in Academy. So I want to see if he's able to convert this early lead that he's been granted into more for EG.
We already see that Evil Geniuses had this in mind just based on what the draft said and their priorities were at the beginning. And dropping the Rise first pick and making sure that Cowrie got his hands on the Aphelios instead of the Jhin. And we know that, you know, Jhin, a lot of early priority, but does not ramp up to be the late game carry that Aphelios can be. And Tomio looking for a repeat gank while XU is trying to do the dragon. JJ and Spawn will have to succeed this, and XU might have to dip back over. Darkwings is over here as well.
Skytech, no flash.
has no package, but Evil Geniuses seem to have the advantage, being able to walk in with impunity right now. But it's a little bit of a tug and war game between both of these teams, as neither wants to be the one tanking the dragon hit.
EG got the reset on the Dragon, but given how low Skytech is and where this bot lane is, things are still really awkward for EG, as Cowrie will have the Lantern to sneak out of here. So I guess EG at least delay the plans of Dig, but it could be dire as XU looking to see if EG's bot lane overextends. They intelligently do not, do ward it out. And XU just back on the dragon. Going to take advantage of the chunk they landed on the Skytech. And this dragon should go over to the side of Dignitas.
This is a lot of time XU spending on the bottom side of the map, having cleared from top to bot. Tomio now is on the top side of the map, so Eclipse has to play with a little bit more respect to 30. Both are level 6. Does Tomio just gun for the top side of the map and look for the dive here?
No, he's going to go take the red buff. I think that's what he was pinging while he was taking this blue. Because at this point, Eclipse is at least able to clear the wave. Tomio. Oh, I lied. All right. You're right, Rafa. Surdy's going to prep up this lane. Oh, Surdy's just popping all. They can turn off the turret. They're going.
Wrecker built into his kit, right? So
no.
Wait, he just stunned the turret. They should still have enough damage to take Eclipse down. But I was concerned a little bit when the pair slap came out into the structure instead. But an all into the bot side. JJ taking a lot of HP from Cowrie. Got to be careful about those gun setups right now. It is red and white. It's a lot of damage from Cowrie.
That's just a full send from the side of Tomio Surdy. They had that one figured out. I was thinking like, oh, he's pinging the red buff. Like he might be able to take some things away from the Hecarim. He just wanted to take the life away of Dignitas' top laner. But with Tomio on reset, we do see Darkwing still with Prio in this matchup as the rise into Corki. Gets a ward on the Tomio side. So Tomio, he will be spotted as he goes through his bot side clear. This will give an opening for Dignitas to maybe do something with that information. And XU, he is still back on his camps, but we're still looking for XU to make that big map impact we're used to seeing out of him. I know he's on the Hecarim, but he hasn't been able to get involved in much yet.
Just one visit towards the top side. It's not going to be enough if you just are content with that. Now has access to his ultimate, so he can make those big game-changing plays. AoE Fear does a hell of a lot for your teammates in setting things up to start. Eclipse has this wave pushed out, though. And XU, the Rift Herald is available. XU is pinging towards it, and they are rotating JJ over to the top side of the map. I suspect this is going to be a big brawl coming in the next 30 seconds.
I see Darkwing is landing a pretty nice trade onto Soligo. And this is one of the things with the Corki changes. I know this was not 12.4, but the last patch. Corki doesn't have package for this Rift Herald. So if EG wanted to take this with the package, they wouldn't have to wait till the 10-minute mark. And now that Soligo's chunked, you can see Dignitas, they're trying to get a setup, but Cowrie is here, Spawn is not, and that means that this should fall over to EG, but Dig might look for a fight after.
Yeah, Spawn's rotating on over, but the Rift Herald has already been taken.
That's huge
two-man knockup from JJ. They land everything on top of Soligo and Surdy, and now they have the numbers advantage. They're looking to cut them off with the
Cowrie.
Eclipse is funneling in. Watch for Cowrie. He's still being protected. But
JJ!
Dive! JJ! Huge knockups on the Tom Kench. They're running Evil Geniuses down under the tower, looking for more damage. They're super low, and they're super squishy. Dignitas just have to figure out how to type this. Oh, but a little bit of disaster under the tower. Getting a little too frisky, and Dignitas will take their leave.
And something that makes me excited about Dignitas is their ability to pull the trigger together. The moment that EG were split up, the moment that Dignitas see it, Dignitas pounce, instantly take out the two members of EG that were split. Just so happened to be the carry for them as well. And Soligo is, look at this, after the Rift Herald, post-play, it's split. It's an oh-no scenario for the side of EG. No one can pick up the Lantern. The engage from XU is beautiful. It's a bit of an overextension from Dignitas on the back half of this, but their ability to make plays, pull the trigger together, it's been one of the highlights for Dignitas' season so far. Really good to see them make it happen in this game as well.
It went from, damn, why are we grouping up for this? They already got the Rift Herald. They should be able to walk out. It's like, wait, they're split up. Get them, boys. Get them. Run them down. And then just from there, Dignitas are able to pretty much pick up free advantages from something that I feel like should have been handled better by Evil Geniuses on their exit.
Yeah, the exit wasn't great, but Dignitas posturing like that, it did force EG, it threw a lot of pressure on. And part of the plan was to use one of the Lanterns to get one out. You can see Soligo still has flash, so I think if he flashes that initial engage from JJ, maybe he's able to get out, but just wasn't able to make it happen. Dignitas, that was an expensive Rift Herald take for EG. Dignitas really punished in the back half of that. And we're going to have to see if EG make anything happen with this package. Of course, the Corki changes. Package now spawns later into the game. It spawns 5 minutes now, every 5 minutes instead of every 4 minutes. So less opportunities for Soligo to make plays. He has picked it up, synced up with this second dragon spawning, but he's topside at the moment. So I'm wondering if he's just going to get Prio up here and then transition back down. But this is a hole breaker Graves. You can't break this lane. Eclipse is going to be able to outshove you. So a bit of an awkward state of the game for EG. If Soligo, he does have TP, but it's not empowered yet. So he has package, but if he's not here, this could be another fight Dignitas could take.
One of the things about package, you got to be there at the fight to stop it. However, the pressure from this 3-man core from Evil Geniuses is enough to take the dragon. And they should be able to make their way out because they are leaning towards Surdy. This package will be used, and Eclipse will continue the breaking of the hole.
I didn't know we were on a ship here in Summoner's Rift.
Yeah. You think about the ship, and if it starts collapsing, you start knocking down turrets, it's the holes in the ship, just like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's a
well
ulti
played
for ulti trade. Good stuff from Tomio.
I mean, Tomio got 320 off that trade, so I feel like he wins.
Huge.
Gets the Rift Herald crash. We Dignitas were able to prevent that first brick from falling. As long as Eclipse is up in this top side with this hole breaker, you can see EG, they swapped up how they're playing these lanes. They've now sent Surdy top to match the Graves. And kind of because of the back and forth in that fight that we had around that Rift Herald, Surdy has missed out his opportunity to win this matchup against Graves. Where Graves is the most vulnerable, is that level 6 through 9 when both ults come in. Renekton has the advantage at that point in this matchup. Eclipse has now navigated himself out of that and has this hole breaker. So there isn't really going to be a point in the game now where Surdy should have this huge solo kill potential on the Graves. So that's something else that in this rather close early game state, I really prefer Dignitas' top side as time goes on. It's just the match of Soligo and Cowrie in the bot side. I think that they're the ones that are still going to be these big carries for EG this game and the ones that we're going to have to look out for, Rafa, because we've seen how much damage this Corki and Aphelios can do. And we've seen how much damage Cowrie can do if he gets ahead. It feels like it's set up to be a Cowrie game.
And we go back to what Evil Genius's big early game move was, trying to shut down Spawn and take him out and break this early game window where the Varus would have a lot more pressure than a scaling Aphelios would. It's trying to snowball Cowrie, and to their credit, even though it was a little bit of a disaster in the aftermath of Rift Herald, Cowrie did survive, which is very important to not making sure that he wasn't one of the members that got decelerated on Evil Genius's side.
Even picked up a kill, so Cowrie, even though EG's had a gold deficit, he has a lot of that gold on his shoulders. Have to see if he can do what we have seen Cowrie do so many times in Academy and carry these games, coming over as that TCL MVP. He has the opportunity to make a big dent in this game, but looks like Dig, they know that he's ahead. They're actually setting up. That's a nice ult from Spawn.
Engage onto Cowrie. A lot of damage on a Skytech in the backline. Piercing Arrow finds its mark once again. Will force the backline away. Tomio gets routed off. Tries to use the ultimate to get over the wall. Manages to survive. Dark Wings has arrived to the party as well. Do they look for more here? Just trying to push them back. This will guarantee the crash of this next wave and maybe the turret as well.
Good of EG to make sure they get out of that scot-free. As Spawn, that chain of corruption into the lethality Varus damage, that ended the fight before it started for EG. So, yes, Dignitas, they will pick up most likely this turret in the bot side, but at least EG don't lose any members. That could have been a lot worse for them. Good play, good split by Skytech, Cowrie, and Tomio using that ult over the wall to make sure they get out. Will be the turret falling over to Dignitas. First brick for them, as still positive play, but nice counter by EG to make sure that no one else falls.
Evil Genius is setting up early for the next Rift Herald, though. They are the first ones out on the map. No one should be able to contest them on this play. They're looking maybe at top lane to either break open this turret, or if they want to hold on to it for breaking open mid lane, as giving them more access to the map gives a lot more tools and a lot more safety for navigating in this mid game. I don't think we're going to be seeing another fight.
That's the power of the Lantern right there, man. Just got Tomio out, no issues, as Surdy. He's got Conquer.
He has Dominus as well, so he's not... What?
Oh!
What?
Eclipse. I think the smoke screen, I don't know if he was able to see the flash animation. Either way, Eclipse takes him down to the 1v1. Now Dig, they're looking for more.
They're just going to push out Evil Geniuses. They know they have the numbers advantage this game thanks to Eclipse getting the solo kill. The bizarre moment, but now a lot of pressure for Dignitas and a great stuff from Eclipse.
That will be the top lane turret falling to Darkwings as he's sticking around. And Dignitas, it's a little bit more of a back and forth game, but it still feels like Dig, they're the ones that are making the first move. And we said we like their topside scaling. We've been setting up Cowrie to be that big player for EG as this game goes on. Really feels like on the flip side, Eclipse is going to be that big person for Dig too, as he's starting to get out of control on this side lane.
3-1 on the Grays, man. And you already talked about it before. Hole Breaker. It's pretty spicy. I do want to point out something, though. XU, the first time he brought out the Hecarim in their game against Team Liquid. Do I need to hold this?
Yeah, he's fully committed to the Malice build. He's got Conqueror, he's got the Trinity Force.
Yeah, last time he went phase rush into Chem Tank, and, you know, he made a tweet against Mouse like, hey, I'm coming to Mass on Sunday, and Mouse like, bro, you're not even fully adopted it yet. You got to go for the full damage build. Well, now XU is fully on board, baby. Trinity Force Conqueror. He's ready for the damage, but that's a huge package from Soligo.
Look at
JJ has been routed off, and Surdy with the flank says makes up for the solo kill on the top side of the map. He picks up Vengeance, and they send Dignitas packing.
And I got to take a second look at that one, Rafa, but I think it was the positioning from Cowrie and Soligo. That package totally split up Dignitas as EG route them, and they get a lot off of that. Yes, they lose the Dragon, but they're going to get 2 turrets mid off the back half of that play. And just like that, things come crashing down for Dignitas.
2 turrets in the mid lane also as reward for their huge victory. And we get a chance to look at this replay. And it looks like Surdy just teleported onto the backside and just has the beautiful angle.
It is a great angle from Surdy, but it was made by Soligo's package as he hit 3 people with the initial cast of that, pushed a couple into Surdy, and that knockback and slow helped keep them there for the Renekton to wade his way through the river, take everyone out, as that was one Anger Crocodile from Surdy, getting some revenge for that mistake in the top lane. Makes up for it tenfold as EG now have a gold lead. Get back out on the map, Spawn.
Skytech, a little too far from his comrades. Caught in... Yeah, I don't even know what that was.
It hasn't been the best day for Skytech as... he is a newer player. We have seen some rookies adapt really quickly. I think we saw Skytech have a good first week, but since then... I think now that he's not getting his Rakan as much, he hasn't played the Thresh yet this split, so starting to see him get caught out in a couple situations, doing a return to the map state, though. So we have a bit of a trade going on. Surdy isn't matching Eclipse at the moment, so Eclipse was able to take down half of this bot inner turret, whereas no one's matching Surdy. He got that top outer all by himself, so a lot of gold starting to get onto this Renekton, and it's looking like he's going for that Black Cleaver second, so a lot of armor shred to try and set up for Cowrie even more.
All on the Cowrie basket, baby. We talked about it before at the beginning of the draft. The great big change, giving up the Rise priority to make sure that Cowrie is on the Aphelios. Still deathless in this game, the only one on his team to be deathless. Cowrie has been someone that we have looked to for Evil Geniuses, even when the rest of the team is struggling or not finding consistent execution on their plays and engagements. He is the one that has always been the late game insurance, the one that can potentially be the last person, the last line of defense to hold the game possible for Evil Geniuses to come back from. Even in some of the moments as you look at early as week 2 against Team Liquid Academy, Cowrie was the one on the Jinx who was trying to hold everything in the base and almost wiping out so many members before eventually Team Liquid were able to close out the game thanks to good old Chemtech Soul. So all eyes on Cowrie to be the one that just rips this game open.
Sitting at 2 items. I also want to highlight completed Muramana as well for Soligo's Corki. That's when Corki really starts to become a problem for a lot of these teams. And I think the big key about the Corki changes and Dignitas pulling into that, there's an extra minute on that package. It means that you weren't going to have that package available for every single dragon. Soligo had it for the last dragon. He's going to have it after this one. So I want to see if Dignitas can hit this upcoming Dragon timer hard, get a good setup for it, and potentially prevent EG from even going for it, as it would be a soul point for them. And they do have a couple summoners up. With Darkwing's Rise, that flash is coming off cooldown. Maybe they can attack someone with that Rune Prison. As with Axu getting the party started, splitting up the fight, I think that's where Dig can capitalize with Spawn, Darkwings, a lot of upfront damage onto a singular target. Let's see if Axu can combine with his team to find a good engage and get a better setup for Dig, as they've done a good job of getting control over this bot lane river. You can see EG as 4 pushing up mid. They're going to take control over this again, as Eclipse got a late reset, and it's tough for Dignitas to walk into Corki now, because Corki is going to be a problem.
This poke from Corki, quite obnoxious at this stage of the game. And as you said before, Cubby, it's going to get worse. Next Dragon spawning in 12 seconds. Dignitas not quite in position. Hold up, Cubby. Are they gonna flip for Baron here as soon as EG dip to Dragon?
So they don't have the damage to do Baron. It's just a weird posture right now, because they do have top lane prio. Now, Sadigo is showing really good Gale Force from Cowrie to dodge out of the Chain of Corruption. This is Dig. They're going to have complete mid control. You can see Saligo resetting. Because Dig didn't hit this initial timer hard, Saligo just picked up the package. So now Dig's in trouble. They're going to be the ones that are going to have to see the map to EG. This should be a free Dragon. We'll see if Dig can start the Baron, but they don't do the Baron quickly with this Lethality Varus and this off-tank Rise build.
Maybe it's the Trinity Force Hecarim that will be... do you really want to face check this against the Corki package, Dignitas?
Yeah.
And maybe they're just fighting for mid-prio, and now they're dipping into the Baron and will force Evil Geniuses to answer.
No, this was a really nice set of plays from EG, as they just guarantee they get the Dragon for themselves. Dignitas can't start the Baron. And this is some of the... Oh, boy. Hold on.
If they... Oh, but they forced in the face check. AoE
Here we
fear
go.
onto Saligo. No way to get out. Dignitas pull the hood over the eyes of Evil Geniuses with a beautiful trap. And JJ even saving Darkwings from the Moonlight Vigil with the Devour. And now they have the numbers advantage, and they're going to do it once again.
I feel like for EG, they could have played that slower. They could have used the rockets to check the brushes. Could have had Surdy face check instead of Saligo going over that wall. But once again, Dig, they pull the trigger. They do it as a team, as Darkwings immediately followed up with a flash. And Dignitas, they are rewarded. This should be the Baron going over to them. We'll see if EG can get him in the post fight.
Smite from XU in the Realm Warp, and everyone gets out scot-free, baby. That was clean.
Get on the party bus, baby. I feel like that's what Dig's been saying this year. Darkwings, he's the driver, man. Just hop in the Realm Warp. We're good to go. And Dig, a back-and-forth game here, Rafa. Each team punching back, but Dig, they punch back big as they answer EG, and they needed that Baron.
And you look at the replay right here. You said it before. Everyone jumps on top of it. As soon as the AoE fear ends, Darkwings is the one that flashes over the wall to continue the lockdown on Saligo, ensuring he doesn't get out.
Yeah, and that's one where you have 7 rockets. You can throw some rockets in that brush. If you hit someone, you know you can back off. You can safely assume that the odds of them being on Baron are low. And we tease, it's a low Baron damage team. Like, it takes Dignitas a while to take this objective with the builds they have. But Dignitas, they desperately needed that Baron, because as time goes on, their comp doesn't have enough damage. It is a tank Rise. It is the Lethality Varus. It's about answering that poke and trying to one-shot someone by just using all their CC tools and then winning a fight from there. EG's comp has all the damage in the world. You've got Corki Aphelios, that's all you need. So Dignitas, they need to do well in this Baron, and EG, they're punching back.
A nice flank, though, from Tomio. Catches the backline of Dignitas by surprise, but they turn it around. Skytech is a little too far forward. They rout him off. Tomio now on the retreat, but it's Dignitas who will still be in hot pursuit here. Exu with the movement speed, gets the devastating charge down, and they follow through with the collateral damage, taking out Tomio. And the rest of Dignitas now have the Baron buff on their side. Cubby, they are going to be pushing into this base.
And Skytech, he's on the wrong side of the fight. And when he goes down first, Cowrie can never step up to hit. So that means that Dignitas, they just get to deathball with their tanky builds. This mid lane turret should be theirs. We see Eclipse utilizing that hull breaker in the side. Dig, they're going for 2 inhibitors, and they're trying to sweep the rug off under EG's feet, as they were scaling well with the scaling comp. But Dignitas, just 2 picks, it's broken the entire game plan for EG yet again, and they're trying to take this game now.
Inhibitor being cleared out in the mid lane. Not enough pressure to take out the bottom inhibitor, but Dignitas already making huge moves. They're gonna Eclipse.
Oh. It's called Stride Breaker, not Recall Breaker. Got him.
Just gonna stand up straight and unclench after that one. That was a little too close to call.
Good part for EG. They're at least gonna get out on the map, be able to fix their sides before Dig can make another play. Dignitas still are baroned up a little bit. And Tomio actually might be caught out.
The SkyTech has
got
dark
Lancer.
message.
We're good.
Yeah.
As EG, I still really want to see their package setups. I think the one fight they've been able... Oh,
Wait
boy.
a minute. Oh,
Okay.
boy. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a tanky pony.
Yeah, and he's not only tanky, he does a lot of damage. This is the Trinity Force build. I feel like, Cubby, every time we're trying to go back and slow down the game, someone is greeting a little too far forward and potentially about to lose their life.
Well, you don't want Rafa? That's okay, because we have a dragon coming up.
Huge.
So, yeah, we're going to get a little bit more order in this game filled with chaos. As EG, I want to see, again, if they can sync up the package. Now, Soligo did use the package before the dragon was taken, so he's going to have the package timer about at the dragon spawn with that empowered TP. So, EG should be able to find a good contest here if they want it. And the one fight they've been able to win convincingly was the one where Soligo had that beautiful package that split up everyone for Dig. So let's see if EG can bide their time, wait for Soligo to bring this to the fight, and then find another good engage where they're splitting up the members of Dig.
That was also the fight where Surdy found himself in the right position as well for the flank. Just swept through 3 people on the side of Dignitas. Package available just on time, ladies and gentlemen. And Soligo is teleporting as well, making sure that he will be there for the fight. Dignitas have started up the dragon. Watch for the package. Darkwings is in towards the backline, trying to make sure he can screen Surdy. The dragon was secured by Dignitas, but can they get out? Can they secure themselves out of this fight before the package comes through? Soligo uses it to chase XU. The rest of Dignitas cannot follow through, and Evil Geniuses win out on terms of numbers. But Dignitas, I think they just want to get out of this one. But Evil Geniuses are taking it toe-to-toe with them, blinking HP bars, but no one from Evil Geniuses dies.
Another example of EG using that package to split up the fight. XU went a bit too deep. A really good stopwatch coming out of Surdy buys the time necessary for the rest of his squad to rotate. EG take 2, but Dignitas, they do take that dragon, so Soul Point now in their back pockets. But I think EG, they've successfully bought time. They're only down 3k gold. That they have the middle inhibitor down that's respawning somewhat soon. And so EG, they should be able to get out on the map and contest this Baron all right for the next time. Let's take a second look. You can see Spawn, because of that package, he has to stand so far away from the rest of his team. Once it's used, then he can move forward. But there was just never an area of the fight where Dig was able to group up. Spawn that then has to go around this wall to get back involved. He was putting out some really good poke damage from over the wall. But the way that EG was able to retreat, control the terrain of that fight, punish Dignitas from overextending, that's the difference in that one. That's why EG were able to make sure that this game's getting a little bit closer. And looks like we're going to be going a little bit later here, Rafa, as... What?
That's the power. That's the power of Corky Poke, baby. This is a
What?
support Tom Kench, and like,
Really?
that's 2/3 of his HP just gone from. What was that? One rocket, one auto.
What are they? What's in those phosphorus bombs, man? This Corky build. They didn't change the numbers. They just changed the package. So still doing a lot of poke later, and that is one of the concerns that we had for Dignitas as this game moves forward. Now, if they keep on making these good team engages, that's one way to break that. They were able to take this piece of the puzzle away from EG before they're able to get the members of Dig low. Something that Dignitas has been doing very well in this game. But as the game goes on, it's going to get harder and harder for them. These windows start to shrink. And EG continue to get stronger.
The only boon for Dignitas is that they have a slight gold lead, and they are at Soul Point. And normally, we wouldn't care about Cloud Soul as much, but XU...
You want to see things go fast.
Yes. He is
Yeah.
Hecarim.
I understand that.
He has Big Horse, Rainbow Dash, online, baby. And so he wants to go fast, and Cloud Soul is going to definitely give him the tools for that, at least out of combat-wise.
You know, it's not the right skin for Rainbow Dash, but...
Yeah, you need the arcade skin.
Yeah,
but
we'll give it to you. The Lancer, not bad. We'll see if he can end up I don't know, knocking someone else off their horse. I feel like that's what Dig's trying to do to the EG, you know?
If it's the Lancer skin, maybe it's Philip. Do you know who Philip is?
No, I'm gonna need a history class.
You haven't seen Tangled then. Unlucky.
Oh, no, okay, I get it now. Not bad.
There you go. The cogs is turning. I guess you just didn't know the name of the horse. But Dignitas setting up for this Baron. They don't have complete vision control thanks to the Rift Crab, or the Scuttle Crab that Evil Geniuses were able to secure. There's a wave pushing through the top side of the map. Inhibitor has respawned. No more super minion pressure through the mid lane. But Dignitas know that if they were ever to get a huge numbers fight in the aftermath, they could push and win the game.
And you see Dig, they're trying to pull the Baron because Surdy's in the side lane, and EG, they actually haven't checked it yet. Cowrie is in base. Dig can do this. Cowrie is not here. They are just spotting the Baron. They know they have numbers. Dig are committed.
Chain of Corruption goes wide. If Tomio can pull this off, 2,600. Dignitas, they're not going to even take the 50-50
Oh,
split.
no, Cowrie's here.
Back, but Cowrie's not here. Everyone is all scattered, and they've just leashed the Baron over to Evil Genius.
Oh,
no! Exu goes back in and salvages it. Even though that was about to be a disaster for Dignitas, he goes back, gives his life to maintain Baron for Dignitas.
I didn't see if Dig started that because they spotted Cowrie's base or not. That was a bit awkward game state as Dig abandoned the Baron. Actually said, wait a minute, we need that, right? Yeah, let's sit, fix it up. They're going to get a second look at the horse going over.
Oh
man.
God.
Okay. The complete disaster averted. Still tough, though, for Dig, because keep in mind, this was a Cloud Soul that they could have obtained at this next spawn. 20 seconds away from the Dragon. 17 seconds away from getting XG back on the map. I know this pony's fast, but I don't think he's fast enough to get involved with this Dragon fight. So this should be soul point for each team. I kept on teasing it looked like we were going late this one, Rafa. It sure feels that way as we're gonna get the soul.
I'm still recovering from that chaotic moment in the pit. I'm just thinking, oh guys, wait. This was
I
a bad
feel
idea.
I feel like XU needed the bleep button in comms there when he was like going back over the wall. Like, we forgot about the Baron. Like, oh no.
Guys, wait,
I got it.
Baron. Wait, we can't just leave it.
Yeah.
Oh, XU doing all that he can to make sure that Dignitas still stay in the lead. A lot of damage from Eclipse, by the way, off the back end of that one. Soligo forced away, and the Baron
I like
buff,
this.
They're able to take the turret off
Look at
of the
this.
reset timer from the Dragon take from Evil
Soligo's
Geniuses. The
package.
inhibitor has been taken out. Evil Geniuses want to force this fight now.
Soligo's got
But they
package.
have to wait for Soligo. He's looking for the route off. He is super fast, and he will look for the cutoff. Huge poke damage, dodging out on the Chain of Corruptions as well. Darkwing's trying to kite this one out as fast as they can. No Realm Warp available. Soligo, he doesn't want to pull the trigger by himself. He wants to make sure that everyone can follow up, and he's just looking to stop recalls at the moment. Tomio is super low on HP, so this would be dangerous, and they're not going to pull the trigger.
Tense moment there for Dig, but they still walk away with the inhibitor. So a really good Realm Warp play coming out from Darkwings, and another call where Dig, they hop in, right? I feel like, I know that the joke they had about the team being the party bus, you know, is just kind of to laugh it off. They were trying to respond to, you know, what C9's got going on. But a part of it's true because when Dig make plays, they do it together. That's another example where that quick snap decision-making gets them a win. As Soligo, that package timing out. Does he go? Okay. No package for Soligo now. And that's after the Dragon spawn, Rafa. So this next Dragon fight, when Soul spawns.
It is desynced now.
It's decent. Well, the two monster objectives that we have are synced up, but the package is not synced up with either of them. And EG, we're not able to get anything off that. So that's actually a big win for Dignitas as they continue to push in, continue to play on the side, EG's side of the map in a very close game. That is important. Any team fight that Dig wins could spell the end.
And look at the way they have everything positioned. Eclipse on the bottom side of the map so he can get the benefits of Hullbreaker. The rest of the four-man in the mid lane, trying to unlock this middle inhibitor that is currently exposed. And all the while, super minions are pouring through the top side of the map into an empty lane.
And look at how aggressive Darkwings is stepping up with this tank Rise build as Dignitas. They do have double Frozen Heart at this point, which means it's going to be difficult for Cowrie to put down all the damage that he wants if he is going up against those frontliners. And we can see EG Soligo, it feels like he can't really match the poke at this point.
Wow. He
Interesting.
realm warps the super minions through the bottom side of the map just to give Eclipse a little bit of an
Wow.
extra push into this inhibitors. Just heads up play. This will allow the inhibitor turret to be taken. Mid inhibitor falls as well. Eclipse still making work on the last inhibitor of the base. Evil Geniuses just trying to hold on to any remnants of their home because it is falling apart here. Tomio taking a lot of damage from the poke of Dark Wings and Spawn. They don't take a kill off of him, but Evil Geniuses are scrambling to now deal with super minions in both the mid lane and the top lane. But the poke from Soligo looking for more damage on these rockets. Gonna keep the distance.
It is 2 inhibitors down, but that's going to be the end of the push for Dignitas. They need to reset before these 2 monster objectives spawn. And I think important to note that it's huge that Dignitas picked up those 2 inhibitors. Darkwings did have to burn Flash over that wall. So this is now an area that EG can try to attack. I know they don't have package synced up with these big monster objective spawns, but it is a place they can at least try and find an angle on, can at least try and get on top of. Because this is a tough game here for the side of EG, as I've been surprised with how well Dignitas have been able to fight back in the later stages of the game. I really felt like at this point of the game, EG's comp would be in good shape to outscale Dig, but the way that Dig have been moving, using these realm warps, just making EG chase them, it's not like EG has this really easy engage tool. So I think Dignitas getting pushed in sides and running EG around the map has really done a number on them. And it's all going to come down to this next dragon fight, Rafa, as we'll see if Dignitas get a good setup. And right now, Spawn's very far up. Tomio, he's looking to find him. This is an awkward state for both teams. JJ might be looking to fish.
Dignitas are wrapping around. The big thing to note here for Evil Genius is the only person that has not died in this game. It is still Cowrie. And it is still Cowrie who has to be the one that cleans up through these champions on Dignitas' side. Soligo can put out the poke. Tomio and Surdy can set up the engage.
No way.
Skytech can
No
look for a
way.
pick.
Oh,
that
no.
would be huge. Eclipse,
Oh, no.
so much damage on this Graves. But if he goes down, that's a huge damage dealer going down to Dignitas. They're all trying to all in to make sure that they don't lose out on members, but they are all scattered. They're desynced, Cubby, and Cowrie just gets to clean through them all. Triple kill for the Aphelios, and the rest of the Dignitas are on the run.
And what was a close game, Rafa, back and forth, played on a knife's edge. It just takes one pick to get it back in EG's favor. One pick for EG to take this game. And I don't think EG are going to go for this dragon. I think they want the base. That's 4 members, the death timers. We are in the late game. This should be EG taking the game.
They have to push through super minions, but it's only JJ that can defend the base. And they are going to be taking towers. Evil Geniuses. What a tense back and forth 40 minutes this was, but Evil Geniuses will not be denied their 1-1 history as JJ trying to cut off this minion wave, doing the best that he can. Evil Geniuses off the back of one hook from Skytech, off the back of Cowrie, still deathless in this game. 7-0-5 on the Aphelios, being the main character to keep Evil Geniuses alive.
EG find the 1-1. I like the fact you highlight that death sentence from Skytech. We're critical of his positioning, especially game 1. Game 2 caught out in that mid-game fight that allowed Dig to get that first Baron. But everything is redeemed with that death sentence. Ends up taking down Eclipse. Helps EG take down Dignitas, even up this series. EG 1-1 buff reigns supreme, but a part of it's a joke. Other part of it, I like some of the looks we saw off of EG. I feel like the packages that they were able to play around with Soligo to get those couple winning team fights, couple winning angles were really important in making sure that they were able to get that game in their favor. And honestly, what was a very close, very tense back and forth game, it feels bad the way it ended because it was literally just one death sentence and that was it. That was the game, right? It was just Cowrie ripping through everyone from Dig. Once they got split up, there was no chance they had to recover.
Yeah, the thing about Dignitas, we said it before, when someone is aboard the party bus, everyone is also on top of it.
Oh.
And they knew how important Eclipse was to their split push, to the damage, because he had just finished an Infinity Edge at that point in the game. And so Dignitas tried to do everything to collapse in and save their comrade. But because they're out of sync, because they are walking in one by one, Cubby, that is what allows Evil Geniuses to dispose of them easily. And it just really opens up the floor for Kaori to just really stomp all over them.
Dig were split. They were trying to get to that dragon through bot lane. They had the big shove. Eclipse just trying to fix mid and rotate back, gets caught out in transition. A good read from EG, a beautiful death sentence from Skytech, and a tense 40-minute game ends just like that. Off one ability hitting, EG able to take it, EG able to even up, and really good to see EG continue to put up a fight. It doesn't matter what team EG is going up against. It doesn't matter what game they're bringing to the Rift. It always feels like EG are finding ways to make games close. And honestly, same with Dig. And I think it just kind of spells out like where we're at in the Academy standings right now. We have 6 series left in our regular season. Both of these teams are still tied in 6th place. Don't know what's going on in the other stream, but it feels like we have a couple teams that are at the top of the pack, a couple teams that are at the bottom of the pack, and everything else is up for grabs. And that's what makes our playoff picture interesting, because top 6 make proving grounds. Both of these teams still tied for 6th. I want to see which one can kind of patch up the few things they have to work on, or really bring a different strat, bring a different look to the or academy games, because at this point, I think they'd rather qualify as a top 6 seed rather than have to go through some of the teams in amateur to make sure they're in proving grounds.
We're more than halfway through the regular season, Cubby, so things are coming down to the wire, and we're talking about seeding implications for proving grounds as well, as you mentioned before. But for us, we're going to be taking a quick break as we get ready, because once we come back, it'll be Kangas getting an interview with the winners of Evil Genius.